So the preliminary steps have all been solved, have all been placed in by reducing it to a Megaminx pretty much with all the corners, inner and outer corners and inner and outer edges. This took away the need at the very end to fill in the inner shell, basically. So now we're going to solve this just like a Megaminx, tripping around these banded sides. And I'm going to do this very much like the Jupiter cube. Jupiter Megaminx, rather. So I'm going to pick another side that's non-bandaged, and that's going to be the side that's going to be my bottom. And I'm going to start moving it up from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting this shell over here, or this star here, and just start filling in the rest of the pieces. So let's find all of our reds. Here's a red. This needs to make it over here, so just move that like so. That's in. And where's another red? Here's another red here. So again, we just have to trip around these bandaged sides here and make sure that we're not doing anything that is going to cause us trouble. So this needs to go to here. So it's got to be replaced over there. Turn it like so. Turn it like so. Not yet, I suppose. Come into here. So again, I'm just kind of tripping around the dangerous parts and move it up. Okay, so this is in. How about another one? How about this one? So how are we going to move this into here? What I'm going to have to do is define which moves are safe for me. So I'm going to turn this like so, and this can now move in this direction. So I can move this here. I kind of want to turn it upside down. So let's move it away from here, turn it like so, turn it here. I'm going to move this into position here, double turn it in, and then double turn this. So this is really, again, just a matter of positioning. So this is in, let's put some more reds in. So here's a red over here. What I want to do is the same kind of thing. This is going to have to be where this is supposed to be. So I got to get it out of here actually. So turn it like so. And then bring it to here, which moves it nicely far away from there. Bring it over here, double turn it, bring it in. Here's the other red over here. Let's move it away from the dangerous parts. And this needs to go where this is, and this is one of those other testy parts because this is bandaged. So what I'm going to do is move this like here. Well, I have to turn this upside down first, so why don't I do that? The way that I do that is I'm going to just turn it here, so now it's facing the other way, and then move it back here. So now it can move in at the proper place. So if these are all in, I got to move it to where this is. So turn it all the way in, and turn it back. No need for any strange algorithms. Now for the next red one, it's over here. Let's again move this to the green, which allows me freedom of motion. So this is in where it needs to be, and move it in here. Okay, so if you need any more elaboration on that, let me know, but I think you can figure that part out. That's not too difficult. So this is in, this is in, this is in. So this is going to become my bottom layer. My next step, even though this corner is in, is I'm going to start putting these guys in. Putting these edges in, and then move these in after that. Now this is already in, and I'm telling you, if this wasn't already in, that would cause no end of trouble. Because this is a danger zone, you got to move it out, but there's no way to comfortably do that. So it's good that that's actually in. So let's go to the blue and pink. So let's look for the blue and pink. Let's see what kind of techniques we can use here. Blue and pink is right over here. Now, as long as we're at the opposite face, you can turn this anywhere you want. You're completely free and secure of any banded sides here. Now, how are we going to move this into here? Well, it's literally just a matter of positioning. So find which areas are safe to move so we can move it here. And ultimately what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to move the blue one where this beige is. So here's the blue. So I'm going to move this up here. Now this blue, if I turn it down, is not going to be where the beige one is. So that tells me I got to turn this upside down. Generally speaking, the color that you want to put in is going to be is going to be upside down here. So I'm going to move this here, turn this like so, and then turn it up so now it's upside down. Might as well turn that back and bring this here. So we once again, so position it at the top and then roll it in to where it's got to go in this case. 1, 2, and turn down. All right, it doesn't matter what's going on up here. We're not even concerned with that yet. So this is in, this is in. Okay, how about the pink and beige? So pink and beige is over here. Same kind of thing. Let's move it up over here so I can do pretty much anything with it. Now this is a kind of a testy area here, so I'm going to have to move it into this side. And I need the pink one to go where the green one is. Now can this coordinate like that? If I move it like this, and yes, this pink is going to be turned right where this green one is, and turn it back. All right, so that's the technique. Beige and dark green. First find it. Beige and dark green is right here. It's already positioned at the top. So just find the face that's non-bandaged that I can turn it from. And it's right over here. So the dark green is going to have to go where the purple is. Can I coordinate that? Well, let's move it here. Move this here, and yes, this will be able to turn right into here. So 1, 2, and then this gets turned back. All right, so we're doing well. This is good. How about the green and white? Dark green and white. It's already positioned up here, and I can turn it in from this guy over here. But bear in mind what I can turn and I can't. This is bandaged, so not from here. So the dark green is going to have to go where this white is. Is it positioned to do that? I'll position this here, then I'll position this here, and yes, 1, 2, and move it down. So that wasn't too difficult. All of these guys are in. Okay, now the next step is putting these edges in, these corners in rather. Now we've seen techniques on how to do that. We've seen techniques on how to move it up from here and sort of move it in. I could refer you to that, but let's just kind of go through that again. What I'm going to do is, again, when putting these in, you have to define which R move and U move, or R move and L move, is safe. Because once you can define here to here, you can develop quickly in your head a commutator to roll a piece in where it's supposed to be. So this is actually a fairly safe area here if I wanted to roll things in, because I can move like this and I can move like this, and that's ultimately what you want to be able to do. So this is a red, pink, and beige. So I'm going to go to the red, pink, and beige side, which is right over here. This needs to roll into here and thus knock that out. So what I'm going to do is, just like I did in the previous Megaminx, is turn this to the side, and I'm going to try to coordinate it to where ultimately the red one is going to be facing the bottom. So I'm going to coordinate it with this edge over here. So this is going to be moved down to here somehow so that I can move this in the proper position, if that makes any sense. So I literally turn this over so this can be positioned where it needs to be between these two, the pink and the beige. So what I'm going to do is move this up and move this back. So this moves up, this moves to the side, and now we take a look and move this in. Now this red one needs to be down here. The reason why I say that is because ultimately I'm going to be moving it here and moving it down, so the red one's got to be facing down. So because it's not, these are not coordinated appropriately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this back here. Then I'm going to move this like so. Then roll this over here. This is just to turn it around and then move this back. Move this over here so that this edge is where it needs to be, and then we're going to move this back as well. So move this back, double turn it, move it in, and this red is actually, I think, potentially where we want it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's facing down. Even though you're not really coordinating with this edge, but you're coordinating with this being down, because this is not with the proper corner. It's going to be into here. So I'm going to turn it here, turn this up, and move it in. So as you can see, we place this properly. Okay, what about this? This is the red, white, and blue, the patriotic one. So let's go to the red, white, and blue side here. So we're going to coordinate this with this so that this red one, once again, is facing down here. So once again, move this up to the side with an R move. This puts this edge up here. Turn this over here with a UI, and and then bring this up. And as you can see, this red, before we could coordinate it with this color, we can't now. We just have to make sure that the red is down over here. On the right side here, it's not. So we're going to put this back over here, move this again for the purposes of rolling this, rolling this, and then turning it to get it away from here, moving this back, and putting this back over here. This puts this back here, this is reset over here. Turn it back again, then I'm going to turn it twice, move it in, the red's not where it's supposed to be, and I'm going to keep doing it exactly like that. So that's here, I'm going to roll this once more, 1, 2, and bring it in. So this red is now facing this way over here, which means it's going to be able to be pulled down to here. So we turn this twice again, then move this up, move it across to move it down, and bang, and there it is. All right, now how about this one? This one happens to be in place, red, blue, and pink. So we just find the blue and pink side, which is right here. Same kind of thing. We're now going to try to roll this in conjunction with here. So up, across, back. Now this particular one actually belongs to this side, so you can see the colors are all coordinated. So double turn it back here, and then bring this up, across, and down. So this is all coordinated. Now, what if the reds aren't quite in where they need to be? Well, here's a red over here, so this I can easily move here. Now my goal is just move this up here. So move this up, across, back, across. Remember, this is the edge that we're looking for. Double turn it, move it in. This red is facing down, which is good. Double turn it here. Now we're moving this up, across to match this, and down. All right, so now this is all in. All we have left now is this side, so we have to find that red. Let's just put this in a place that makes sense. Here's a red over here. If I can, I'd like to move it over to here. And I'm able to do that if I can just move this. Oh, actually it's over here. Okay. I want to move this red up to here so that I can get it into this green side over here. So how am I going to do that? Well, what I'll do is just, I can't turn it from here because it's bandaged. So I'm just going to turn it here once, and then move this back down. So now I've got this separated out over here, and I'm just going to turn it twice here, and then just move it down over here. So we're at this level now. I'm going to move this over here, and same kind of thing. So this we're going to be rolling down into here. Move this to the side, roll this down here, move our edge here. We're going to roll this down while rolling this up, and we see that this red is facing this side here, which is good. Double turn it, move this up, here, and down. All right, so we have this first layer all in.